Matt Haig's The Midnight Library is a speculative novel that explores regret, possibility, and the meaning of life through the journey of Nora Seed, a woman caught between life and death. The story begins in Bedford, England, where Nora feels overwhelmed with depression and hopelessness. She has lost her job, her cat Voltaire dies, her relationships are strained, and she believes she has wasted her potential. Convinced she has nothing left to live for, Nora attempts suicide. Instead of dying, Nora awakens in the Midnight Library, a mystical space where the clock is always frozen at midnight. The library is infinite, filled with books, each representing a different version of Nora's life based on choices she could have made. The librarian is Mrs. Elm, a figure from Nora's childhood who explains that Nora can explore these alternate lives. If she finds one that fulfills her, she may stay. If she loses her will to live, she will die. Nora first confronts the Book of Regrets, a heavy tome cataloguing every decision she laments. She begins sampling alternate lives. In one, she marries her ex-fiancé Dan and runs a countryside pub, but finds herself trapped and unhappy. In another, she becomes a rock star with her brother Joe, but fame brings tragedy when Joe dies of an overdose. She lives as an Olympic swimmer, a glaciologist in the Arctic, and a Cambridge philosophy lecturer, yet each life carries its own emptiness. Through these experiences, Nora learns that no reality is free of suffering or loss. Even seemingly perfect lives contain grief, loneliness, or compromise. One of the most moving lives places her with Ash, a kind surgeon she once stood up for coffee. In this reality, they are married, have a daughter named Molly, and live with a dog named Plato. Nora experiences genuine love and belonging, but she realizes she did not build this life. It belongs to another version of herself. She cannot stay. As Nora continues, the Midnight Library begins to collapse. Shelves burn, ceilings fall, and Mrs. Elm explains that the destruction means Nora has made a decisive choice. She wants to live. Nora returns to her root life, pages blank, symbolizing a fresh start. The novel closes as Nora awakens after her suicide attempt, alive and determined to embrace her imperfect but authentic life. She reconnects with Ash, Leo, her piano student, and others, carrying forward the lesson that life is worth living even with regrets. Key themes: regret and choice. Every decision shapes a different life, but none are perfect. Mental health. Nora's depression and suicidal thoughts are central to the narrative. Hope and resilience. The novel affirms that survival is about embracing imperfection. Art and meaning. Shakespeare, philosophy, and music highlight the importance of culture. Haig's prose is lyrical, compassionate, and accessible, weaving philosophy with storytelling. The novel avoids dystopian tropes, focusing instead on human connection and the beauty of possibility. Ultimately, The Midnight Library is about the fragility of life, the inevitability of regret, and the power of choosing to live. It begins with despair, crescendos in exploration and self-discovery, and ends with hope and renewal.